Hey, welcome to Lava Lamp. I'm Pollywood. This is my main man Jake. We review everything cinema, and we're gonna continue going down our indie cine movie review. So let us know what we should be watching. Like, subscribe.
Yeah, let's get some good recommendations. What do you guys enjoy? What are some of the films that you've seen in the past that just blew your minds? Something that you watched and you were like, that's what movies should be.
Yeah, share what gets you excited. Right now we're gonna continue through.
We're
Through
still
PK?
on PK. It was recommended to us that we watch this scene in particular. It will clarify essentially what this film is trying to make a statement for. So let's give this one a go and see if.
Let's see where it takes us.
Yeah, let's see where it takes us. You know, you never deny the premise.
Yeah.
We gotta shrink our bodies down now.
Here we go.
Shrinky. And time to play with the shrinkies.
All right. Gorgeous set, by the way. I guess we're in the temple.
I think we're outdoors, based upon lighting. Nope, you're right.
Temple Fund. Right, so it looks like we're being introduced to a bunch of characters from different religious backgrounds. We're in there.
Yeah, there's something. This seems the music. The music's telling us this should be funny.
Yeah, definitely.
It's giving us a lighthearted. The zoom in. For you filmmakers out there, Todd Bruminetz, he's a New York filmmaker, heavily inspired some of this sound, I bet.
All right, so it looks like we're getting a little lesson here by our main character, PK.
Is it a lesson or is it more of the same? Like, look at that face. Like he's like, oh yeah, you think it's that way? I mean.
Yeah, I did not know how to read his facial expressions at all, except for this. I did not feel comfortable with the guy.
What's hard to follow is like, all right, so clearly these background characters who are stating that we are religious versions of this thing that you believe in are in focus, but our lead was always out of focus, making funny faces at the camera. What a waste. Amir Khan, you wasted your funny faces. Okay.
All right.
Makes a statement. That's a pretty good statement. So, this guy's.
I guess it's.
If the real God, okay.
I guess this guy shouldn't have judged a book by its covers. He got bamboozled by the switcheroo that's done.
So he makes the statement. He says that, you know, all things are kind of like equal and God's a trickery and how does anyone think this guy's drunk?
This guy's way too ripped to be a drunkard.
That body, the amount of time and energy and love that he had to put into his body and his muscles has no room for alcohol.
Yeah, I don't think you can get that strong with drinking. No way.
There's no way. Everyone should realize this. So it's not a divine beard. He's like, oh, so he's on TV, and that's the big. Oh.
I do kind of have major issues with this scene.
Okay, let's go through it.
Main issue, I felt again that this film is being pretty preachy, pretty on the nose of like what the message is. I wish they would have done it in a more subtle way, not so in your face.
I'm agreeing with you on that. I don't know for the same reason though, but I'm not resonating with the purpose of making those statements. Like, look, it's Amir Khan had a great moment there, and that's probably supposed to be that big reveal in the movie where like look at this, like this whole thing is a gimmick. It's a farce. It's not real. But it's completely diminished by the score, by the fact that these characters are. It's almost like they don't believe what they're having to say anyways. It's like
yeah. I really don't believe anything that's being said here.
So it's like you have all these great statements, and I want to make these things to my audience, because this is not a character writing. At one point, one person wrote this at one time and made a decision that this is the dialogue I'm going to put on the page, and I'm going to have my star say it. And in this case, it's Amir Khan, and it's completely lost. It's like whatever words the author had are diminished in favor of making the safe, zany sounds because we don't want to upset the audience. Maybe that's over intellectualizing, which I have the tendency to do, but that is my take on what I am seeing in front of me, is that nobody really had the balls to say any of those things. They just knew that they had to write it, and then but here's a joke, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it very much seemed like playing it safe over serious statements.
And that could have been really funny. I feel like it could have been really funny and poignant and hit you and like right in the chest where you're like, oh man, biting. But it pulled back enough to go, but it's just a cartoon.
It went really silly, very cartoonish, very fast.
And, that's safe, and it probably works for the audience in general to not make a statement. So you just kind of let it wash over you, and you could feel like you're saying something important, but you've not said anything at all. And I'm a master at that. You've seen this guy run his mouth.
Let's refresh our minds with something new.
All right. For what it's worth, it's still the filmmaker. The guy clearly has skill, and there's a lot going for it. It's just
I'd buy that.
I think the skill and the statement made just didn't quite land.
Yeah, and it's I want it to. I know it was capable of it. You could see where it was almost there. It just didn't. All right, man.
I think it was a great idea, poor execution, but great technically.
Yeah, it's a solid film put together. I can see where it made its money, but it seems like a film that, in 20, 30 years, do you go back on and actually revisit with fondness, or is it you go back on and say it just made money? And if it's the case that this movie was known for making money, then all right, well, cool, man. That's people's pockets right now, but where's it going to be in 5 more years? Don't know.
Don't either. See you later, guys.